So let's talk about people pleasing, and we're going to get into everything about people pleasing, why you do it, why it doesn't work, what's causing you to do it, and what you need to do in order to stop doing it, and how to find what it is that you're actually looking for, because you're looking in all the wrong places for it. And this is all important to know, because if you're a people pleaser, then you already know that people pleasing does not work. It just doesn't work. I've never met a pleased people pleaser. And if you watch this video, you're going to find out how you can start getting the results that you want, how to start getting what it is that you really want. There's a bunch of different reasons why people please, but it's all common, and it all comes from your upbringing. When you're young, and the things that happened when you were young, the way your parents brought you up. The main reason that we people please is that we're looking for something outside of us. We think that we need to please enough other people. We make them happy, make them feel loved. And in doing that, that is how we can then feel love. And we need them to somehow appreciate us and do something in order to validate us so that we know that we're good enough, that we did a good job, and that we're worthy enough for what we're looking for, happiness, for love, whatever it is that we're looking for, that approval that we're looking for, that we're good enough, that we're worthy, that we're valuable. We're looking for other people to tell us this kind of stuff. And that is why we're doing the people pleasing. Another reason is that we don't want to be rejected. And also, because we want to treat people like we want to be treated, then we don't want to be rejected, so we can't reject other people. So we have difficulty saying no. And because we have a difficulty saying no, then we get overcommitted. We end up ignoring our own personal needs. We believe we're responsible for other people's happiness, that we have to make them happy, and that other people make us happy. It's their job to make us happy, to make us feel loved. But when we do this people pleasing for everybody, they don't give us back what we need, and we don't end up feeling happy. We don't end up feeling loved. And that's because we're looking for love and happiness in all the wrong places. We're looking for it outside of ourselves. You know, we had a parent, this is going way back, we had a parent who did not accept us, who did not ever say that we were good enough, that we were worthy. And I know this from my dad. When I was growing up, I played hockey, and my dad was a coach, and he really pushed me all the time. And one game, I scored 5 goals, and that wasn't good enough. See, my team lost. It was 6-5. And I scored 5 goals, and all he was worried about was, why didn't I score that 6th goal? I gave up. And all this stuff that he was saying to me, he was actually programming me. He's yelling at me. I'm in this emotional state, and all this stuff that he said just went inside of me. And I accepted it, that I was lazy, that I wasn't trying hard enough, that I was this and that. And I accepted all that stuff as true. And so that's just one time. It's not just one time this happens, it's over and over. Like the time I got almost straight A's, I just had 1 B. And again, he's yelling at me because I got that B. I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy. This is like a pattern that went on my whole life. My dad started a business, and I went to work for my dad. And so I learned to become a master at each trade in the printing industry. You can be a pressman, a folder operator, a cutter operator, a typesetter, a graphic designer, all these different things. And I became an expert at each one of these things. I became recognized as one of the top guys in our industry. And you know what? I was not good enough for my dad. As hard as I tried, I was supposed to take over the family business. I wasn't good enough to take over the family business. And you know why? Because I was a people pleaser. Trying to get that approval from my dad, trying to be good enough for my dad, that is the very thing that made me not good enough to run his company, trying to please him. So people pleasing doesn't work. It never has. Never will. And we're looking for what we need outside of ourselves. We believe that our love and happiness and everything that we need is out here. If only we achieve this or that, if we do this or that, if we get enough other people to do this or that, if enough people cheer for us, if enough people say, hey, you're worthy, you're great, we love you, then you can be good enough. But guess what? It does not work that way, because these are things that are not outside of you. You see, you are a being of love and light. Inside of you is a soul. Your inner being could be the universe, whatever you want to call this part that's inside of you. When it's fully alive inside of us, that's when we feel love. That is our love and joy and bliss. And when we feel that, we are allowing our soul fully into our body, and we are being our true authentic selves. When we are believing stuff that is negative, that we're not good enough, that we're not worthy, when we're angry, we're pushing it outside of us. And that's what we do. When we push it outside of us and we're depressed and we're believing stuff that's not in alignment with our soul, we're believing stuff that's not true. And when we believe that we're good enough, then our soul comes back in our body, we feel good, just like magic. So it's inside of us. That feeling, that love and acceptance that we're looking for, we're looking to love and accept ourselves. That's the only kind of love that there is. You are a being of love and light. And you're people pleasing because you're trying to get that love from outside. You're trying to get people to give you pieces of them so that you can be you. And it does not work that way. You're doing it wrong. You're doing love wrong. You're doing happiness wrong. You've got it twisted inside out. And your parents did this to you. And that's the way all of us are brought up too. We all are twisted inside out, and we're all striving to find that love outside of us. That's what keeps us enslaved to the system where we work and we fight to survive, because we're looking for that love outside. Once you find it inside of yourself, life becomes much more easy. What's inside of you, you project that on the world around you, and you attract more of that into your life. So if you allow your soul to come inside of you, you'll attract more people with their soul inside of them, and they're all nicer people. When you're a people pleaser, you're pushing your soul out, and you're attracting other people who've also pushed their soul out. So whether you're a narcissist or an empath or a people pleaser, it's all the same. All those people have pushed their souls outside of them, and any one of them can actually say, oh, hey, there's my soul. It's inside of me. And they can get matched up with their soul. That's what I do, is I help people to get rid of all the stuff that's creating this illusion that love is outside. We get rid of all those old beliefs, all the old emotions that you've been hanging on to. We do an emotional detox. We cut all the toxic cords, process grief. We do all that stuff, and all the reasons why you can't see how great you are, that you're a being of love and light. We get rid of all that. And I call it my hypnotic awakening. And so that's the emotional detox part of it. And then we take the journey into your light, and you find the love inside of yourself. You actually activate it in there. You find the real you. And then I summon your soul for a conversation, and we talk to your soul. What is your purpose? What is your mission? Why are you here? Who are you? And more people keep telling me that they're here to shine their light. They're here to be happy and enjoy life. They're here to learn love. Those are the kind of things that people say to me when they're in trance and we ask their soul, what is your purpose? It's not, to slave away on an assembly line for 60 hours a week for 50 years of my life. That's not anybody's purpose. No, you're here to find love. And we keep trying to find love. We know that. We're trying to do that, but we keep doing it the wrong way. You are a being of love and light. And once you realize that, once you find that love inside of you, then you'll attract love into your life. You'll attract it from all over, from all sorts of people. You will be able to be that version of you. You'll be able to be your own authentic self. You will be happy. And then you'll have the power not to make other people happy, because you can't make anybody do anything, but you'll be able to inspire other people to be happy. You'll inspire them to be pleased. You'll inspire them to feel love, because you're up here. When you're up here, then these people here have a choice. They can come up and meet you, or they can stay where they are. They can only meet you at the level that they allow within themselves, and they'll come up as high as they can if you stay up here. If you come down here, they have no chance of coming back up, right? Somebody triggered them, and they came down to that level. So when you're being easily triggered by other people, that means you haven't done the internal work. And once you've done the internal work, which is what my emotional detox does, all your triggers are suddenly gone. And then you can choose the outcome of all of your communications with other people. You choose, hey, I want to create this as a win-win. And whatever result that you decide that you're going to get, you behave in such a way that you get that end result. If you got all kinds of triggers, you have no control, and you can't do that. There's a lot of benefits from doing the internal work and finding the love inside of yourself. You'll start creating the life that you want. You'll give everybody else around you the opportunity to see where you are, and the ones that want to will meet you where you are. They'll be able to grow because you grew, but they won't be able to grow unless you grow first. So you have to be the one that goes up. You're trying to control your outside environment and make everything else come up first before you come up. And it does not work that way. It will not work that way. You have to raise your vibration from within. And then once you do that, then you can start changing your external environment to match your new insides and create that new reality for yourself. But first you need to go within and make those changes. My hypnotic awakening is a great way of doing that. We clear away everything that's in the way. Then we take in your light, we summon your soul, and we find out what your purpose is, what your mission is. And then we take a quantum jump into the new you, into the new reality that is you. And on the inside, you become that new version of you. And all you have to do is manifest that into reality. And if you want to learn more about that, go to my website at jeffbroomfield.com. I offer a free strategy session there, and we can chat about what your goals are and see if whether or not hypnosis is a good fit for you. Yeah, so this people-pleasing thing doesn't work, and when you're ready to give it up, I'm here to help. So thanks for tuning in, and have an awesome one.